The year was 2057. Humanity had rebuilt after the Titan Wars, believing peace had finally returned. The oceans were calm. The skies were quiet. But beneath the crust of the Sahara Desert, something ancient stirred, a presence older than civilization itself. In the shadow of the Great Pyramids, a team of archaeologists unearthed a black monolith covered in shifting hieroglyphs. It pulsed faintly, resonating like a heartbeat. Dr. Nadia Hassan touched the surface, whispering a prayer. The sands exploded outward. A cold, ethereal wind howled. From within the storm, a voice thundered across the desert. The balance is broken, the gate must be sealed. The figure that emerged stood 3 stories tall, draped in black and gold. The head of a jackal, eyes burning like dying stars, Anubis, the Egyptian god of death, had awakened. Chapter 1, The Disturbance. Far across the planet, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, seismic sensors screamed. A tremor, massive, unnatural. The water boiled as something rose from the abyss. The ocean split with a roar that echoed across continents. The world satellites captured the image first, glowing dorsal plates slicing through the waves. The king of monsters had returned. Godzilla. Experts argued, was he responding to a threat? Another titan? Or something greater? As governments scrambled, Godzilla's trajectory was clear, he was heading toward Africa. Straight for Egypt. Chapter 2, The Curse of the Black Sun. In Cairo, panic spread as the sky darkened at noon. A black sun hung over the city, casting unnatural shadows that twisted and moved on their own. Anubis stood in the Valley of the Kings, his staff raised high. He spoke in a language older than man, summoning spirits long forgotten. The sands formed armies of the dead, mummified soldiers wielding spears of obsidian. He looked to the horizon, his divine senses perceiving a great power approaching. So, the mortal world's guardian comes to challenge the realm of death. Chapter 3, The First Clash. The Red Sea churned violently as Godzilla's colossal form rose from the depths. His roar shook the heavens. Entire fleets of drones and military aircraft circled him, recording, analyzing. Onshore, Anubis watched as the water parted before the monster king. With a wave of his staff, Anubis sent forth waves of spectral energy that cracked the sea's surface like shattered glass. The 2 titans faced each other, divine fury versus primal rage. Anubis struck first. A beam of necrotic energy surged from his eyes, engulfing Godzilla in black flame. The monster staggered but retaliated instantly, unleashing his atomic breath, a torrent of blue fire that split the desert floor. The blast engulfed Anubis, yet the god stood firm, his form flickering between flesh and spirit. Their roars and thunder shook the world. Chapter 4, Gods and Monsters. As the battle raged, the earth trembled. Massive sandstorms tore through cities. Monuments thousands of years old crumbled like dust. Anubis lifted his staff, calling upon the judgment of Duat, a storm of ghostly jackals that swarmed around Godzilla, biting and tearing, draining his life force. Godzilla bellowed, stomping the ground. A shockwave of radiation erupted from his body, vaporizing the spectral beasts and scorching the land to glass. But Anubis only smiled. Your strength is bound to this realm of flesh. I exist beyond it. With a gesture, he ripped open a rift to the underworld, a swirling vortex of souls screaming for release. The pull was immense. Godzilla roared defiantly, planting his claws into the sand as the vortex dragged at his colossal frame. His spines glowed hotter, whiter, pure energy building within. Boom! He unleashed his most powerful atomic pulse yet, obliterating the rift and blasting Anubis backward across miles of desert. Chapter 5, The Judgment of the Dead. Anubis rose from the smoking crater, his armor cracked, golden blood seeping from his form. Impressive, creature of chaos. You defy death itself. He extended his hand, and the monolith from the dig site lifted into the air, pulsing like a dark heart. But you cannot escape judgment. With an ancient chant, Anubis summoned the scales of Ma'at, a massive spectral balance that hung in the sky. One plate held the glowing essence of Godzilla's soul, the other held a black feather of truth. If Godzilla's heart was heavier than the feather, his existence would be erased. The scale tipped. The earth shook. For the first time, Godzilla's roar faltered. Energy drained from his body, his eyes dimming. Anubis raised his staff for the final strike. Chapter 6, The Rise of the King. But deep within the fading light of his chest, something stirred. A defiant flame, the will of nature itself. Godzilla's dorsal plates flared white-hot, brighter than ever before. The air warped around him. He roared, a sound not of rage, but of defiance. The king of monsters would not bow. The scales shattered. The feather burned to ash. Godzilla surged forward, tackling Anubis with a force that shattered mountains. The two titans rolled across the Sahara, each blow shaking continents. Anubis struck with divine fury, Godzilla answered with primal power. Death and life collided. Finally, Godzilla unleashed a thermonuclear pulse, a blinding eruption of energy that engulfed both combatants in white light. Chapter 7, Aftermath. Days later, satellite images showed a massive crater where the desert once stood, now a glassy wasteland glowing faintly blue. At the crater's center stood the remnants of the black monolith, cracked and silent. Anubis was gone. From the edge of the horizon, the ocean boiled once more. Godzilla emerged, scarred but alive. He paused, looking back toward the desert, as if acknowledging a worthy foe. Then he turned and disappeared beneath the waves. Dr. Hassan, one of the few survivors, recorded her final thoughts. Greater than, they say gods rule over life and death, but monsters remind us of nature's will. In the end, neither deity nor beast truly won. Perhaps balance has been restored, for now. Epilogue. The whisper beneath the sands. As the wind swept across the crater, a faint glow flickered beneath the glass. The monolith pulsed once, and from the depths of the desert, a voice echoed faintly, cold, eternal. Even death may die.